Jake, I want to thank you for coming to camp. My name is Thad Johnson with ABC, and I'll be doing your pitching lesson here today. I'm going to take a look at a couple different parts of your delivery and give you a few pointers. First thing we're going to do is we're going to work into the balance position. And the one thing we like to see, whether or not you have a low leg or a high leg, is that your weight stays on your backside. So I've drawn a line up here that should represent where you should be as you get to the top of the delivery, and you do a decent job of staying back. You've got a slight leak in the front side, okay, that will lead to some problems a little bit later. And as I back you up and move you forward, as you can see, we're still lifting the leg, and that front hip is just taking off just a little bit early forward. Okay, so what you want to do is you want to just make sure that you stay tall. You stay tall, okay, on your backside. As you can see, you got a little bit of a tilt there with your upper half, making your body small. Preferably, I'd like to see you just stay a little bit more upright as you go towards home plate. Okay, so you're not so leaned over. And one thing to do is just work on just a balance position drill where you just get yourself on the rubber, lift your leg up and down, and just feel yourself nice and strong on your back side. When you break your hands, you should feel yourself sit, okay, in the lower half, not so much lean over with the top half. Okay, so your lower half is going to bend, but your top half is going to stay nice and tall. I always tell my guys, stay tall above the waist through the delivery. And what that's going to do is it's going to keep them upright, try to keep their body nice and stable, good posture. Again, as you can see, as you move forward, you got a little bit of a bent over profile to your delivery. So again, just do the balance lift drill or lift balance drill with your eyes closed. And what this is going to do, it's going to help you feel all the different parts of your body that's involved with the initial part of the delivery. As we go to the directional part of the delivery, the one thing I always look for is where the hips are. Okay, and I've got this line representing the trajectory of your hips, and they're very, very flat. Okay, one thing we like to see is we like to see guys have a little bit of a tilt in their hips, so their hips should be tilted, but their shoulders should be nice and level. So you could use do a little bit better job keeping your weight back. And again, this is going to come on that initial part of the balance position, where make sure you lift to the top before you go forward. So you almost want to just think about just slowing yourself down, break your hands, and stride at the same time. You're going to break your hands and stride at the same time, feeling that weight just sit on that backside. As we move on to the directional phase, or the loaded position phase, or the foot strike phase of the delivery, once again you see just how much your weight gets forward. And when you land, what we're looking for here is one, that our feet are in line, which this line represents the line to home plate, and you do a great job. It's one of the better strides that I've seen at this camp, as far as kids getting online and stepping towards their target. Okay, and that's an awesome job. I mean, it couldn't be any better. So you're doing a great job right there. It's still something that you should practice. There's a drill. It's just a T-line drill where you draw a line in the dirt and practice throwing to a partner every now and again, or you're working on your dry mechanics, and just make sure you're stepping on the line. It's also good that you have a toe. Your toe is open, which allows you to rotate around your front side. Okay, another thing that we look for is weight distribution at foot strike. And if we go up through the center of your body right here, to me it appears, as well to you, it should appear that the majority of your weight is on your front side. Now ideally we'd like to be on your back side. what I'm going to do is I'm going to back up the video a little bit into a position of a great position weight wise where you should be when your foot does hit the ground, and it would be more in this position right here. So as you can see, your front side is a little bit early. Okay, it's starting to open up on you a little bit early. You're getting that weight up over that front foot just a hair too soon. Okay, and one drill to work on this is a loaded sway drill. So I want you to just pay attention to the top half, of your delivery here. And what you're going to do is you're going to set your feet into the loaded position. So once again, the loaded position is the point at which your front foot hits the ground. Okay, foot strike. So you're going to put your feet into this position right here, and then I want you to pay attention to the top half because you're going to do a loaded sway. So what you're going to do is you're going to back it up and then move forward, rotate, and release the baseball, but I want you to keep your feet on the ground. So you're just working on a top half weight shift of weight back and weight forward, rotate to the release, but keeping that back right foot on the ground. And two things you're working on. One, you're working on that weight shift. You're allowing your body to feel and your brain to feel the shifting of that weight and where that weight should be at foot strike to start. So you're going to lean forward, then lean back, go back forward again, separate your hands, and throw the baseball. Two, the second thing you're going to be working on is just keeping that posture upright. Okay, again, you've got kind of this leaned over body, and you want to be nice and upright through the top of the delivery. Okay, you want to stand, stay tall above the waist. As we move to the release point, rotation, release, you're in a good solid position. You're out over your front foot. I really like the way this looks right here. You look like you're in a strong position, and a lot of it is due to the fact that your lower half is in such a good position. As I move the delivery forward here, what you're going to do is you're going to see you just kind of scoot forward and fall over your front leg. Okay, now what I always love to see, I like guys to have balance at the beginning of the delivery and then balance at the end of the delivery. So you're balancing at the beginning of the delivery here over your right leg, and then when you finish the pitch and you drive through, there should be some sense of balance over that left leg, which is your foot strike leg. And as you can see, you kind of just move right through it. You kind of walk through your pitch a little bit. If you're walking through the pitch, you're not really creating that wall out front with the front side that you can really drive and accelerate the backside through the pitch. So that's just another thing. Again, this is something that as you get your weight back in the beginning of the delivery, okay, even on a slide step, which is what you're doing right here, you should still be able to keep those hips tilted. You do an okay job on this one, and keep your weight back. But when you land, okay, you need to really just sit on that back side. Again, here your weight is forward, even from the slide step position. Okay, your weight's still getting forward. Once you get that weight forward, you can never get it back. So you just really need to make sure, Jake, that you keep that weight on that back side all the way through the delivery, and as you rotate around the release point, that you just really just drive and kick through with the backside and try to hold that balanced position over your foot and your head again. So it's a balance, throw balance. Great drill to work on this. Just to really slow down your delivery. Do it up so basically you'll reverse yourself and you'll do dry work up the mound. So up an incline, almost throwing uphill. The more weight you get forward in your delivery, you're really going to feel like you're hitting up against the wall. And as you keep your weight back, you're going to notice that it's a lot easier to maintain your balance through the delivery, and you're not really going to feel the wall as much or that incline as much as you do when your weight shoots forward. So the one thing that's probably the best, that last pitch right there was probably the best pitch that you've had. We'll back that up. And really what you did, you lifted that leg up. We're going to back you up here right here. all the way to that last pitch, just so you can see what happens when you do get your word. Here we go. So as you can see, Jake, and just notice this last one you did right here with the high leg lift, and you're going to see you do a lot better job getting to a, so we're going to lift up, so you do a great job right here getting to a balanced position. Okay, as you move forward, you can definitely see the difference in the tilt of this profile delivery. You got the great tilt in the hips. Your top half's even tilted a little bit, which is okay if you can get it back over center. On foot strike, when you land on foot strike, your weight is a little bit better. If you were to compare those two, okay, you're doing a better job of keeping your weight back here, and it's a noticeable difference. So that's a good job. What I would recommend doing is finding a happy medium on those leg lifts. When you stride, when you do a short leg stride or a short leg lift, okay, with runners on base, lift it up a little bit more just to maintain that balance over that back foot. As you can see, you can definitely get your delivery into a good position with the weight as far as the weight's concerned. So, Jake, I hope you learned a couple things. I'd like to thank you for coming to camp again, and look forward to seeing you out there again sometime soon.